Hello everyone. Today I've got 3 amazing horror books that are going to absolutely fulfill your summer of scares for 2024. All of these are new releases. You can pre-order all of them at the links in the description. These are books you're gonna want to read for your summer of scares. I guarantee you. They're all bangers and I can't wait to tell you all about them. But as a reminder, I have horror books for sale. They're only $1 each and there's a link in the description for that. If you want to join my Patreon, there's a link down below for that. It helps support the channel. Or you can buy your Horror is My Happy Place merch. I got t-shirts, long sleeve sweatshirts, and coffee mugs available for you to check out down there as well. All right, let's get started. All right, so the first book I want to talk to you about today is called One Last House. This one is kind of a cursed story, a ghost kind of cursed story, and it's about this curse that only happens on a certain road, and they call it Murder Road because every year on a certain date, and sometimes every couple of years, horrible, bloodily brutal massacres happen at a different house on that road every year. And the urban legend is that there is a boy who cursed the entire neighborhood for a reason that you're going to have to read about. And this road is an urban legend. You know, it's known across the country. It's had a lot of news reports and things. And basically, there's a family who lived on Murder Road when this was going on. And now they, every couple months, they pack up and they leave, go to a different town. They're trying to escape the horrors of what they saw and experienced. But for some reason, this curse seems to be following them, so they can never stay in one place too long. And this book is mainly going to concern Nate. He's a 16-year-old boy. He has an older brother. He has a sister, and of course, there's the mom and dad. But they have rules now because of this curse and because of what they've experienced even since they left this area. And one of those is you don't make friends, but he is going to actually make some friends at his new school. And there's a trio of kids, and their whole thing is they are urban legend kind of explorers. They have their own little club where they explore all these urban legends, and not only explore them, but check them out and try to make them come true by doing whatever the legend says you have to do, like the Bloody Mary in the mirror 5 times and things like that. But they never had any success. Now Nate knows that urban legends can be very real, and they can be very, very painful and bloody. But he reluctantly goes along and agrees to try a couple with them, and sure enough, they work, these local urban legends. And so they feel because he's here, he has some kind of gift or something. He's very secretive, Nate is. He doesn't really give a lot about his past. None of these friends knows that he came from this place called Murder Road because they would absolutely recognize it as an urban legend. But as the story goes along, it becomes much more than that, because maybe old Nate is an unreliable narrator. Maybe there's something else going on that we're not privy to at first. Or perhaps he's absolutely right in doing a certain thing for the right reason. And that's where the twist comes in. And there's a tremendous twist in this book that's going to make you change your perception about what you've read so far. And it's just fantastic. This one's a lot of fun. It's kind of a coming of age, if you're a cursed person kind of story, mixed with all these great characters, and the pacing is excellent, and it's just a wild, fantastic, scary ride. Of course, I love it, and of course, I highly recommend it. And as I said, there's a link down below where you can pre-order your copy through Amazon. And next we have Silence in the Basement. This one is a creep-tacular spook fest, man. Again, it's one of those that starts out one way and you think you're familiar with this trope, and then the author does a great job in expanding it and doing something different with it. And this one concerns a long-haul truck driver. He stops at a hotel one night to get some sleep. He meets somebody there, a seemingly nice guy, and they talk about a couple things, and you read about what they talk about. But the next thing he knows, he's knocked out on the head. Somebody hits him in the back of the head, knocks him out, and he wakes up tied to a chair in a basement with no windows. And the only door is a trap door above his head that he can't reach. But in there with him is another young woman. Her name is Sarah, and she claims she's been there for a month. She is shackled to the wall, and she is very frightened. Obviously, she has gone through some traumatic experience at the hands of their kidnappers. But what does he want with them? What is his purpose with them? Come to find out, he's a cannibal. Yes, and he belongs to this cult that kind of believes in cannibalism and suicide and all kinds of sick, twisted ideas, claiming that it's better for the world if these things were actually allowed to happen. But here's the thing, he doesn't want to necessarily kill them, although he will torture them if they make too much noise. And oh yeah, it's very severe, very bloody up close torture, and you'll read about that. But he doesn't want to necessarily kill them, and he doesn't want to really eat them. What he wants is for them to join him. He seems to be a little bit desperate for family and companionship, and he thinks in these two, because they are playing a game where they kind of agree to some of his ideas, but only so they don't get beaten and tortured. But he wants them to join him in this cult, and he wants them to kind of be this cannibal family. With them living in the basement, he promises to give them anything they want. He'll bring them gifts of all different kinds, and to him, that makes him the good guy, even though they are trapped down here in this basement. And in the other end of this basement, locked up tight, with this man having the only key, is a freezer door. What goes on behind that freezer door, you will definitely find out about later, but trust me, this book has that fantastic twist. He doesn't want to kill him, he doesn't want to eat him. He just wants them to join his little cannibal suicide family there. And it's going to get tense, it's going to get bloody, it's going to get insane. And whether they're going to make it out or not, well, you'll have to read to find out. But I absolutely love this book. It's, like I said, it's just freaktacular. And I highly recommend it. And of course, there is a pre-order link where you can pick up your copy in the description. And last but certainly not least, we have Tricksters. If you are a fan of a good, evil, bloody, dark werewolf story, you are going to love this book, except they're not really werewolves. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but they're called Tricksters. They're werewolf-like, but they're not actually werewolves. The author puts a little twist on that. But when a group of kids find themselves in this very small town, a little pit stop that people stop sometimes to get gas on the way to other places, well, there's going to be a massacre, let's put it that way, from these tricksters. And when one of their brothers decides to come and find his sister, knowing that she was last in that location, he's with the FBI, he has access to her cell phone records, and she was last in that location. He takes some friends with him, takes some time off work to go find his missing sister. And what's going to ensue is just a brutally bloody and fantastic survival type story. Frightening cat and mouse game between these tricksters and this group of friends who are now that they know that his sister is actually dead, his goal is just to destroy this town, destroy these tricksters and everything they stand for. But these are nothing to be trifled with. Like these are not werewolves that have a purpose or are completely different in their human form. These beings, these creatures, whether in human form or their trickster forms, are pure evil. They are malevolent, they are bloodthirsty, they have no mercy, and all they want to do is eat unsuspecting people. And of course, because of that, the town is kind of in their grip because nobody wants to go against them. So all these disappearances that have happened kind of get covered up by the police, so they're going to be no help. And oh man, you just got to follow this story as this group of seemingly normal people at first trying to do a good thing are just hunted down by these evil creatures, and things are going to get raw, things are going to get bloody, and things are going to get very, very terrifying as it progresses, because the body count is high in this one. There are going to be body parts flying everywhere, as you can imagine, and it's all told for us in a very bloody detail, and I absolutely love that. Yes, this is one of those books, like I said, if you like werewolves or if you like creature features, this is the book for you. It's definitely one you need for your summer scares, and I highly recommend it. There's a link down below where you can pre-order your copy, and I think you should. And as always, I want to say thank you for taking some of your time and spending it here with me. And until we meet again, keep reading spooky, my friends.